Alright, I'm just gonna record since I was actually waiting until everybody's silent and then I would record, but I don't have really time to for that. So October 27, Toronto, Ontario. So imagine a guy that has immigrated and is now in Halifax. And for 8 months, he's in Halifax, going to Dalhousie University. But he actually knows that he wants to go to Toronto eventually. But one day he'd be like, "Why waiting until I finish this? Let's drop out of school and go to Toronto." And while being in Halifax, he has a lot of, not a lot, but he has roommates which are quite different than him. They know it. He knows it. But because they're nice people and in the same culture, they end up being trustworthy people for him. And the guy doesn't want to take money from his parents. And while searching for housing to come to Toronto, days before coming to Toronto, he loses $1,400 and get scammed on Facebook because of housing. From that day, that moment, I was so naive, and that literally, that a small experience, I wouldn't say it's small though, but it was enough for me to totally transform to someone else that is more mature. The other day, one of my friends were telling me this. It was like Amir, one of my friends from Iran, back in my country, because we don't see each other quite often, and we see each other after a long time. He was like, "Yo, you got matured. You matured up." If I don't know if that's a word or not, but and actually now that I'm thinking back at it, yeah, I feel like I don't know what maturity is, but I feel like I've changed. I do feel like I've changed, not in a way that my identity has changed, but in a way that I got more chill, I would guess. More experienced, more. A good word for it would be mindful stillness. I felt what life's like, and again, that was what I was aiming for, actually. Coming from Iran, I knew that it would be a lot of challenges for me, but I was like, you know what? As a kid from middle class family, I thought I always didn't have that much of a challenge, which is necessary for a human being. I feel like as human beings, as I don't know, when I say human beings, it gets super creepy. But anyways, I feel like we need some good level of challenge. At the same time, if it's too low, you'll be bored and you will think of suicide. At the same time, if it's too high, you feel, oh, life's too difficult. Again, thinking of suicide, which was the case for me. But anyways, I don't know if that was a good intro or not, but hello everyone, welcome back. If you actually were watching my YouTube channel, which I think some people, which makes me really feel good, are watching this. But yeah, again, these memoir things are videos that I take for my future self, which actually a lot of things happened since last time. So the last episode was in Halifax, and this whole year of immigration, I had a lot of changes. This as one example, physical and appearance change. I'm wearing glasses right now, and I like the hat, by the way. I really like it. And I said it in previous episode that I mistakenly, by accident and by barber's fault and my fault because of not being assertive and stuff like that, I cut my hair in not the length that I wanted. But the place I am right now is called, I don't know if I should say the name or not, but I think I should, because it's not a big thing that like people would know about. Like people would know about my YouTube, but it's called the Only Backpackers Inn. It's on East Side Toronto. It's like not East Side Toronto because like Toronto is a big city, but like, and I don't really know the city, so I wouldn't be able to give you exact address. But it's not downtown. It's like 30 minutes from my college, which is in South downtown. Yeah, it's a cool place. Hippie, I would say. I was keep calling it gypsy, but apparently someone told me like, you gypsy has a negative like bar and like negative emotion in it. So like negative weight. So oh come on, really? And I wanted to take the second episode of Memoir the day I arrived at Toronto. And that has been my life ever since. Like, I wouldn't say every day, but most of the days are having a story behind it. First getting scammed. Then you arrive and you got a sublease for 1 month. And you arrive and no one's there. The landlord gives you the key. The house has nothing in it. And it's you and your luggages. Tired of traveling, and now it's you and you want to step closer to know what independency means. Because when you move from your country to another place, it's a step. But I still had my roommates, which were from my country, so I wouldn't feel that much of not help. They were helping me. But that, coming to Toronto, having no one here, time difference between Halifax and Toronto, time difference between Iran and Toronto, that picture of arriving at that house and nothing was in the ground, like, and it's about the small details, like putting this on the ground and like lying for like 20, I would say 20 minutes of like back pain of like taking your luggages, because I have a lot of luggages. Those kind of things happen a lot during these days. And the reason I'm in a hostel right now is I couldn't find a house. And this is not the first hostel that I'm being. Actually, in fact, it's the last one. Tomorrow I will be moving to my place, which I found after a lot of search near my college, hopefully. And yeah, I came here. I've been there in the sublease for 1 month after getting scammed on Facebook. I gave it up, by the way. I was like following it up with the police, but I knew they cannot do anything because the guy, I literally sent them. So getting scammed, coming here, 1 month sublease, couldn't finding a place. The story is beginning. Changing 4 places in 2 weeks, to friend's house, to the roommate's house, which is a room for one, barely enough for one person. Now we divided that with 2. I stayed there for like a couple of days, not a long time, because the landlord found out. And the story of landlord finding out is quite a story. I got locked in the room, and we had to call the landlord to open the door. And when he opened the door, he was like, "Who is this guy? I told you, you're the only one occupying this place." Yeah, being there for 2-3 days, thinking about sleeping in a 24-hour restaurant to save money, but then I was like, hostels, have to do it. Went to one hostel. One of my classmates had a trip to Mexico, went to their place. He's back, went back to the same hostel again. They told me, "We don't have availability, you cannot stay here for a long time." Another hostel, no availability again. Finding a cheaper hostel, bringing it here, and in all of this process, moving, constantly moving. You don't ever get a chance to open your stuff, which is why I'm wearing this clothes Air 24 fucking 7. And damn, now that I'm actually looking at it, it's funny how I put it here and I never drink it. Now that I'm looking at it, I would look at myself like 2, 3, like 5 years from now, and this would be quite a lot of memories for sure. Yeah, I would remember this. I would remember the story of going to Halloween shops and putting on hats and thinking, yeah, why not? Why not? Because I know eventually I would get rid of the mustache because it gives my face more fluidity, since I'm figuring out that I like acting. But I was like, you know what, now that I have mustache, let's try new kind of look. And yeah, regional Thanksgiving, because it's not the official Thanksgiving, but regional Thanksgiving at first felt super sad that I don't have anyone here to like talk to. But then the Hostel guys, the first Hostel, Clarence Park, I think I should really give names. Yeah, why not? Clarence Park guys, the name of the hostel was Clarence Park, and we're mostly Mexican and like Spanish. And it's funny how each hostel had different groups of people. Like this one is more of each kind, but the previous one was Planet Traveler, mostly European French people, and the other one, like Clarence Park, mostly Spanish people. Anyways, Thanksgiving, having a party at the rooftop, super easygoing people, super nice people. That's why I loved it. The environment, everything. And then I see this guy, this creepy guy, that I end up being in the same room, that because I was changing rooms constantly since there wasn't available. I happened to end up with him in the same room that is one bunker, me and him, which is actually supposed to be a higher like class room, since other rooms have a lot of bunkers. But it's me and this guy after the party, 12 a.m., 12 in the midnight, and I want to take a shower. And this guy acting so creepy and like wakes up every time I do a move, and I'm like, okay, I gave it up, I sleep. And as soon as I go to sleep, the guy wakes up and takes his clothes and goes out. I genuinely got scared because, like, not in my country, but here people drink a lot, and you know, you see a lot of, which is actually that's what humanity means. Like, creepy people live close by you, you know. So I was genuinely scared that night. I thought, what if this guy's a serial killer and like is drunk and like just kills me with for no reason, right? I was scared and didn't sleep. And then just imagine waking up feeling like earthquake is happening, and it's not an earthquake. I'm waiting. And it's not an earthquake. It's the guy that is so creepy in the top level of the bunker, jerking off. How come this could not be a movie? This whole thing, right? And it literally happened. I'm not joking, and I'm not telling you about the details of how. Actually, I am. Like how. Then when he left, and when I was leaving, he was so creepy. He had like plastic gloves and like Vaseline. Like everything was so neat. Like it's his job. Like, oh my god. I'm keeping. I really feel like me like cleaning this for hours. It's really annoying, right? Let me just do it. Yeah, and yeah, and then all of a sudden something bigger than life happens. Bigger than life. Which is Iranian people. It's not actually totally clean, but Iranian people is standing up for their freedom. Internet gets shut down in Iran, and now you cannot talk to your friends that often anymore. What level of isolation is that? Not isolation, but like loneliness, for me at least. These days I only need a trigger to literally cry. Like a lot of reasons, you know. Feeling a part of this amazing, compassionate people itself can be a reason for me to cry for like hours, for real. I'm really not joking. Like when you see the music combined with the footage of people protesting and holding each other's hands and knowing how innocent these people are because you've been with them, you are one of them, and now the only thing that they really want is just to live in peace. They don't want anything. They don't want any privileges. They don't want anything extra in life. And this contrast of good and evil combined with amazing artworks happening in the protest times, but adding personal things to it, like break up for myself and homesickness and not being able to talk to my friends, my conflicted relationship between me and my best friends, because there's three of us, being in debt because of not wanting to take money from my parents and telling, ironically, my Halifax roommates, well, one of them, that I'm really thankful for him. Thankful of him, thankful about him, I don't know. You know, so yeah, I would always, not always, but from a point in my life, I understood that you could see the big picture, and I really like the way it is hitting me. I don't know how it looks on the camera, but from a moment in my life, I want to actually add more cinematism to it. From a moment in my life, I found out that you should look at the big picture, and these things become memories. You know, for me, memories don't form from pure happiness and like pure happy moments. It's those ambivalent, juxtapositional, opposite feelings at the same time of when you're so sad and you think about your country and you don't about depth, not depth, but the depth, and at the same time you're pursuing your dream, video production, you're finding out about yourself, acting, and then the environment gives you vibes, and these funny things happen, like the guy, and because you're on your own, you feel like you have your life's video game console controller in your hand. You feel like you're playing. Everything that will happen or is happening feels real. It touches you here. You know, it is real. That's cool. Yeah. This is a cheap not apple, but cheap juice that I put it in this since I wanted it to look cooler. Yes, because I was doing this and I was like, bro, it's cold, it's not coffee. So, now I'm sitting here and I gotta go, I gotta be early in the class because me and David, which is one of my classmates, which I'm honored to work with, and like I'm finding friends, I'm trying to find friends. I'm trying my best actually to find friends, but we're gonna take photos of me being his character. So the way it works is in some of the classes we write stuff and then we have to bring that character to life. And now we're gonna do that. Yeah, I gotta go to the college, and tomorrow I'll be moving to my new place. Today after the college I'm going to protest in U of T. I'm just recalling and reviewing my daily routine for my future self. And oh, by the way, this whole last week, I don't know why, but I physically feel it, that I feel anxious like this. I feel blood pressure. I feel like my heart's beating faster. I don't really know why. It's like I really have a stress. I don't really know why, but well, a lot of things is happening constantly. But yeah, but it's kind of odd, because I don't know a single reason for it, and it's so physical, so tangible, and like I feel it so much, and that's the thing that is making me confused. Why is it so vivid, right? Why is it so visible? This level of anxiety. To wrap it up, I never felt this much. I never felt this much belonged to a bigger thing because of Iran situation right now. I never felt. It's funny, I wanted to say I never felt this alone, but in each part of this story of 1 year in immigration and stuff, I felt alone, but in different ways. Right? In different ways, I can sense that. Once I felt alone because of nobody understanding me. Once I felt alone of thinking that, which actually got solved, but thinking that immigration means I have to say goodbye and I have to change to this new person that actually deliberately doesn't speak Farsi, like deliberately, and like that feeling was that I'm not away from my friends and family and stuff like that, but I felt like they died the day I moved here because I had to forget about them. And I felt the aloneness of no emotional support due to the breakup and stuff like that. I felt alone because of the conflict that happened between my best friend. And now I feel alone due to the fact that it's been a long time that I haven't really sat down and had a conversation with my friends, because they understand me a lot, about these things, about how I feel these days. And I felt alone sometimes these weeks, that I know everyone, but I don't know everyone. It's like I talk to everyone and I don't really have, which is being solved, but I don't really have someone that I would be like, hey dude, you want to hang out today? Yeah, sure, let's go. You have to check their schedule, stuff like that. And yeah, I had anxiety this whole week. Wrap it up. I feel like I believe in Amir. Oh, by the way, should I say it or not? Yeah, I think I should, because for myself, I would say everything, but still people will see it. But I'm thinking about changing my names, and I'm having some really good progress on that. I found a really good name that I like it. Because of a stage name, I feel like I need a fluid name to not give me nationality or like put me in a framework. I really like the place I am right now. I'm really grateful for it. I see the privilege because I've been in the places of contrast with this one, so I really see it, and I'm grateful for that. I feel belonged to the people of Iran. I love this movement that is happening. It's glorious. I'm proud of that. I feel alone. I feel I'm making good progress on my career, and I see the future super bright for myself. But at this time, I would say I like my feelings, and that's like, it has a subtle wisdom in it. I don't want to talk about myself, but like the fact of me or anyone saying that I know I don't feel purely happy. I know I don't feel purely happy, but I like it. That has a wisdom and understanding that sad or homesick or alone or confusion or doesn't necessarily mean bad. Like when you miss your parents, because again, maybe it's obvious, but for me it wasn't. I felt like, oh, I miss my parents. Oh, what a bad feeling. What a shitty feeling. What a disgusting, not disgusting, but like, what a annoying feeling. It's not. It's sad, but it's beautiful. Fucking love myself right now. Anyways. Okay, thank you guys for watching. If you watched, and the meaning of I really like the progress I'm making right now doesn't actually mean necessarily that I'm achieving a lot. It means I'm reaching an inner peace with myself more and more, of quitting perfectionism, being more pragmatic, having a flow, even in my day-to-day interactions with people, being less choppy, more wise, I would say, having more flow, understanding. And if you know Giga Chat, more Giga Chat. And I like it. I feel good and bad at the same time. That's a thing. Thank you. I stopped posting on Instagram, and I only post about Iran. But this one, I felt like I had to do it because, and I talked about Iran as well, but I don't feel like if I do this, it's disrespect, because I feel like if I post anything not related to Iran in Instagram, it would be disrespect to Iranian people. And other than disrespect, because in disrespect there's a sense of me worrying about my reputation and my social image, but other than that, it's not heartwarming for them when they see their fellow I want to use a Persian word just ironically, their fellow hamvatan, which means a person from your same country. Their fellow hamvatan is like posting like unrelated things and doesn't even care about Iran while they're losing their lives in the street. It's not good. So, but this one I don't feel like that would have that effect. Peace out. and I fucking love you. I don't know if I should have said that or not, because I'm really into this mindset of. It's funny how I said it, and I would say I think I should not have said that seconds after that, but I'm really into the mind. I think I'm overthinking it, but I'm in the mindset of not being super close to, and not being super, how do you say, get too much friendly with everyone, especially girls. So if you wanted to move your attention to someone and indirectly tell them that you like them, people would know the difference. Meaning, if you would like shake hands, not shake hands, like hug and kiss everyone, and now you like someone. I mean, again, it's a personal choice. How would I show that when I'm spending everything I have for everyone? And same as the thing, like words. You know, if you say fuck every time, like fuck you, hey, fucking, it loses its value. Same as love. If you say, oh, I love you, I love it, like, you know what I mean? So, to undo it, this was lame, the whole thing. But anyways, peace out, lads and gals. I don't know what's the equivalent to lads. I think lasses, but anyways, peace out, lads. I know I said I love you, but I really like you, and how's that? Right? I really like you, and even though I don't know who's watching this, but I feel like I'm talking to you. As simple as that, as cool as that. So, thank you, have a great day, and I'm going to the class. Hopefully this whole character is gonna work, and I'm gonna be proud of myself. Peace out. Bro, I don't really like the outro, like, and by the way, the fact that, I don't know if you saw it or not, but the fact that you saw this makes the whole thing less masculine, less charismatic, but I guess I'm overthinking. All I want is nothing more